and for his efforts to promote civil rights, reconciliation, and peace in the United States and around the world. It is my deep honor to present to President Bill Clinton the Humphrey School Dean's Award for Public Leadership. Great. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
If it hadn't been for the Civil Rights Act, I couldn't have been elected president. Neither could Jimmy Carter. Neither could Barack Obama. On my last day in office, my last message to Congress was an enumeration of the continuing racial disparities in America in wealth, access to employment, business loans, education, health care, and the discrimination in incarceration policies. And so I'm grateful to be invited to say a few words on the significance of the Civil Rights Act 50 years later and where we go from here. The original Civil Rights Act had the Voting Rights Act in it. And they knew that they couldn't pass them both. So President Johnson had to convince Martin Luther King that he wasn't taking a dive to separate them out. And he said, look what you get, all the open accommodations and right to travel and all the good things about the Civil Rights Act. And it'll be so popular, we'll get the Voting Rights Act next year. You just have to trust me. And Dr. King decided to trust him, which is another important thing I'd like to emphasize. When trust goes out of a political system, progress becomes almost impossible. In the end, there had to be action by a system the founders set up to be creaky and slow and full of debate and requiring compromise. And they did it. The most important thing for you, besides knowing the basic facts, is to ask yourself, what does it all mean today? Do you say, I'm really grateful to those people. They made history, but it's so yesterday? Or do you say, I want people to come here 50 years from now and celebrate the work we continued, the efforts we redoubled, to expand opportunity, to embrace our common humanity, to give equal access to a better life. We have made so much progress. We are less racist, we are less sexist, we are less homophobic than we used to be. Our one remaining bigotry is we don't want to be around anybody that disagrees with us anymore. The promise of the Civil Rights Act was not to have the Democrats earn the African American vote forever or lose the white rural married vote forever. It was the promise of everybody being in the debate. So if you want to honor the 50th anniversary of Hubert Humphrey's labors, and if you would like your grandchildren to be here 50 years from now, celebrating 100 years of it, devote yourself to the challenges of today. That act will never be part of the dustbin of history, because as long as we live in an interdependent world, which I think is now forever, for as long as we get to inhabit the planet, we will always fight to assert our common humanity over our important and interesting differences. Thank you very much.